Hi everyone. Thank you for being here, and also, like all the other artists, I would like to thank the Street Level for putting up this show. And in my case, as you can see, it was complicated with different sizes and installations, so they were very, very nice to do that for me. So this exhibition, this project is called Badda means the sea. Badda is in Bajuni. A language from Somalia. It's a bit unfortunate because the person that this project is about is not here right now. He's a bit late, but he will be here later. So when I was here, I met Nasir Salim, and the first thing he said was, I am from an island, I am a fisherman. And he started to tell all of these stories about the sea. And these stories were taking like mythological proportions. He was saying that he could be underwater for 2 hours. He was breathing by the ears. And on his island, there was this tree with 5 fingers tree. It was just these wonderful stories. And I met Salim in the context of a workshop that I took part of that was organized by Sukaina Kuba, who is an artist. And it was a workshop for asylum seekers. So the reality was that Salim was coming from a very complicated and very difficult situation, but the way that he chose to present himself was through these memories of the sea, of his relationship to the sea, these wonderful stories. And I started to work with Nasir afterwards, and we met, and he kept telling me more about his stories and also about the other side of the stories, like his story of migration. So I chosen this project because I made the project in collaboration with Nasir, but it is still an interpretation. I am the photographer. I am the one who is telling the story, or who's giving it a form in some way. And telling the story of someone else is difficult, but telling a story of someone else that comes from a reality that is so full of violence and so full of complexity that I can't even start to understand is absolutely impossible. So for me, I chose to work in a way that was more evocative and more poetic, where I would talk about his relationship to the sea and how the sea becomes in all of the different modulation of the sea, how it becomes a metaphor for a journey, or different feelings. I also chose to present things on the shelf because this is a project about memory, and it's a little bit the way that we layer things. Things are not fixed, they are not stable, they can be moved around. And so basically, just to sum it up, this project is about how memory becomes a way, almost like a survival tactic. How you choose to remember, how you choose to hang on to certain memories, versus others, how you choose to present yourself in a certain way, is maybe an ultimate mode of survival. So you're going to meet him later. Unfortunately, he's late. He kept sending me messages. Yeah. So if you come closely, there's also text, which is a translation, some kind of dictionary that we made, Bajuni English. And instead of writing the text of his story, which we also did, I have other recordings and writings that we did together, I thought that this dictionary that we made together was a way to get keywords of things that we've talked about together. And the words are evocative because they all talk about the sea, about fishing techniques, different animals in the sea, and also how, for him, for example, there's 3 words for waves or 3 words for the sea, and how these subtleties, depending on when you come from a certain place, become important and very poetic. So, do you have any question? Yes?
What were the drawings?
That's his drawings. This is a part, because he was also learning English, we always came across moments where it was there was something he was trying to describe and I couldn't understand, so he would make these drawings, and we made this dictionary also. So this is all of his drawings that are rephotographed. And yeah, they're amazing. I kept telling him, you have to keep drawing. Do you have any other question?
Some of these photographs are not made with a regular camera.
They are, what do you mean, these? All of photographs or?
If you work on a scanner or something?
Yeah, some of the images we made together, the ones with the scanner, these ones, this one and the hook, and the first one with the seashell, that we made together when we were working. We met and I was writing stories, and at the same time we're making images with scanner. The drawings are his drawings that he handed me, but they've been rephotographed. And other images are either from my time here, or sometimes I'm using images from the past from from my own archival image bank, and then when they fit together, I mix them with newer projects. So there's this idea of layering. Any other question? Yes?
How did the relationship with the ocean resonate with you?
I was already working on a project of an island, so that's how I first was interested by Nassir's story, because that's the first thing he said. I am from an island. I'm a fisherman. Originally, I was coming here, and I was originally wanted to work on the Scottish island, because my other project that I was working previously, that I'm still working on, is a project where I'm looking for an island that doesn't exist. And so I have a specific shape. So this shape is coming from a birthmark that appeared when I was 17. And I made a map from this island, and I started to look for this fictive island. And that's how was my first idea when I came here in Scotland. I was like, oh, there's like 700 something island. I'm going to start researching through this bunch of islands. But almost immediately when I arrived here, I met Nassir, and I started to develop something else with him. And so that's how I jumped from that project to that other project. But a lot of my work, not only this project, but also like the island project and other projects, are about these kinds of worlds that exist, that either are created or that you don't have access to. So this kind of otherness, or these places that are elsewhere.